Hi, this is Holly, and this is my first video on my crazy carnivore journey. So I have to say, guess what? The party's over, and I'm going carnivore now. So I think that you could imagine that anyone who feels compelled to start the carnivore diet must have a pretty crazy story, right? Well, I'm sure there are those who are maybe just carnivore curious and maybe they don't have any big health issues they're trying to solve. But I think that probably most people who come to the carnivore lifestyle probably have some kind of underlying health issue that they've tried and tried and tried to find answers to, and they just couldn't. And so if they're determined, if they're open, if they're curious, and if they're really serious about solving their health, then when they finally discover carnivore, they want to know more. They want to know if it can help them. And that's me. I feel like there's really one reason and one reason only that I came to the carnivore lifestyle, and that is simply because nothing else works. So I reached a dead end, and I've traveled down this road a long time trying to fix my health and my diet. From high carb, standard American diet, which we call the SAD diet, to vegetarian. I was vegetarian for 4 years. I've done low carb, high protein, paleo. Finally, here we are at carnivore. And basically, it's because there's nothing left. There's just simply nowhere else to go. How did I get to this point of no return where I feel like I'm at a dead end and there's just literally nothing left to eat except meat? If I don't want to be set off and exacerbate my health problems. Well, really, I think this may be one of the crazier carnivore stories out there. And yeah, it's hard to share. It really is. It's hard to share it with other people. It's hard to even look at it myself and to dig deep enough to try to figure out what's going on and how I can manage it and how I can be responsible for my health. And I always say, there's no bigger advocate for you than yourself. And I'm trying to be my own advocate and do the research and learn how it applies to me and my particular story. So, okay, the whole story is really just too much for me to tell you here today. But I do plan on making a lot more videos and updating different parts of the story, piecing together the past, and as we go forward into the future on the carnivore diet. So, but briefly, I can tell you that I think it all started in junior high when I went on a 500 calorie a day diet, which, come on, a 13-year-old should not be on a 500 calorie a day diet. It continued on with more low calorie, low fat, low carb diets, counting calories, counting fat grams, counting carbs, trying sugar-free. I mean, all of that. It's just no way to live. Right on up to the present time where, yes, I did it. I went on a weight loss drug. And did I lose weight? No. I had the very unfortunate side effect of rapid weight gain. Can you believe it? I mean, I think I put on about 30 pounds in 6 weeks. This is a known side effect of these weight loss drugs. And no, it wasn't Ozempic, but it's like Ozempic. So it says so right on the label. After putting on all that weight, then I developed AFib, I developed sleep apnea, and I never had those before I had that drastic weight gain. I'll tell you all about why I started the drug and how I quit the drug, and then how I lost the excess weight, most of it, on my own, with a combination of paleo and intermittent fasting and, just doing things that have worked for me for a long time to manage as best as I can my health, and just eating good, clean food. But, so basically, it's been a lifetime of ups and downs, always trying to lose weight, fighting sugar, fighting carbs, and also all the social settings that we're thrown into. I mean, life, you want to enjoy life. You have friends, you have family, you have parties to go to. But there's a balance. You have to be true to yourself and treat yourself well and honor what your body is asking for. And it is a juggling act. You make your own boundaries. So, I continue to learn, always. So I do have to say, with all of that I tried, underlying all of that, the real reason that I've always struggled so much with my weight and joint aches and GI issues, the real reason was not just all the sugar and the carbs, but it turns out that I am gluten sensitive, and I've actually had genetic testing done that shows I'm gluten sensitive. I can tell you more about that in another video. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people have health issues that they don't really understand why they have it. And I think it's important to explore whether there could be underlying serious issues. And yes, I did go to my doctor to try to find out if I had any underlying serious issues. And I had lab tests and blood work, and no, everything came back normal. And I really just believe that my issues are a result of dietary choices, lifestyle. Let's see. Okay, well, it's just time to, let's hit the big nail on the head right here. Even with all my weight issues and my joint aches and my GI upset and my AFib and my sleep apnea, truthfully, none of these things were the worst of it. The worst thing that I have dealt with over the years, and this has been ongoing, including that rapid weight gain episode, which at least I could stop just by going off that drug. So the worst problem I've been struggling with has been reactive hypoglycemia, and something else that has gone along with that they really don't even have a name for. It is called polyphagia, and it's basically it's an extreme hunger attack, just insatiable hunger. And when it takes over, I can't think, I can't work, I can't sleep, I can't do anything else until I eat. And these attacks last for hours and hours and hours until I just eat a big carb heavy meal, a real meal. It used to just happen now and then, especially when I was traveling. Maybe I was eating poorly, maybe my meals were delayed and I wasn't hydrating like I should. Lately, it's just been extraordinary. It's happening all the time. It's happening every day or every other day. And it's unmanageable. And this past year has been so difficult trying to manage this. And I really am at my wit's end, and I really am ready and prepared to just completely change my lifestyle. If that's what it takes to manage this problem, then that's what I'm willing to do. And I'm doing that for me. So, you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, I did go to my doctor. I did have this checked out. There could be more serious underlying causes like an insulinoma. None of that checked out. So it really is likely just due to my history of low-calorie diets, weight loss struggles, likely the rapid weight gain that I experienced as a side effect of the weight loss medication, and undernutrition. That is a known cause, undernutrition, just undereating. So there's one thing that I do know for certain, and that is that carbs are the problem. And what do you do when carbs are the problem and carbs are the solution? Well, a very wise friend once told me, it's just like a toxic relationship. If you can't live with him and you can't live without him, then you can't live with him. And that's how it is. I'm here to say it's the same thing now for me and those dang carbs. So if you can't live with them and you can't live without them, you can't live with them. I'm finally giving up. I surrender. I'm giving up on carbs. They just make me sick, sick, sick. And I'm starting carnivore now. So stick with me on this channel. I plan on filling you in on all the details on this crazy story. And hopefully I can answer all your burning questions too about carnivore, like what's it like to eat on a carnivore diet? Is the carnivore diet boring? How do I feel starting carnivore? Is my man a carnivore? Does he support me on being carnivore? Do I even know anyone else doing the carnivore diet? Which doctors do I follow for advice on carnivore? Who are my favorite carnivore influencers? And which video is the one that actually led me to decide to start carnivore? Did I go completely carnivore with just meat and salt? Or did I add in other animal products like eggs, cheese, cream in my coffee? Did I give up coffee? Did I learn to like black coffee? What's my favorite brand of salt? And what's the secret spice I continue to use to spice up my steak? What about fruit? What about vegetables? What about olive oil and avocados? Aren't they good for you? Do I use a plate, or do I just eat right off the butcher block like Carrie Mann? All right, what about fasting? Is fasting my friend? Did my teeth survive the carnivore diet? Chomping on all that steak? Well, I'm gonna do a whole video on what's been going on with my teeth. So, here's the biggest question of all. I know y'all wanna know. Will I ever go back to Italy now that I'm a carnivore? All right, well, I do have a lot more questions, but really, the last question, and maybe, I don't know if it's the most important one, but am I camera shy? And the answer to that is yes. And it is difficult. It's difficult for me to get on here and share my story, but I do think it's really important to share different perspectives on health and wellness, and different perspectives on what the best diet is for human health. I think that I have quite a unique story to tell. So here we go. You know what? The party's over on eating high carbs, and even really just eating carbs in general. And it's on to a new diet and a new lifestyle, and really a whole new way of being. And let's go on this journey together, and let's get this party started.